by the seat of our pants. You don't need to do anything.
Okay.
Just talk.
Good, because today has been one of those days. So welcome to our Rise and Shine team call. My name is Melanie Yoakum, and I'm a hot ass mess today. So we're just going to roll with that and know that perfectly imperfect, this is why this business works, because it works around our lives, right? Mm-hmm. So today is July the 11th, and I just have a couple of announcements, and then Devin's going to talk to us about Power Pocket, and we're going to start trying that with our business so that we can be focused, get in, get out, and go put down the phone and live your life. So a couple of things. July is the Beat Your Best contest. So the way that works is your highest number of Success Club points for the past 12 months, that's your best, and you have to beat it, okay? And if you have a question about what that number is, reach out to your coach, because they got a report that has it all neat, and you can just ask them. So if you beat it by a certain amount of points, there's different levels. Like you can get a bronze, you could get a silver, you can get a gold. And I believe the way it works is if you beat it by at least 1, you get the bronze. If you beat it by 5, you get the silver. If you beat it by 10, you get the gold. So if you had Success Club 10 and you got 20 for July, you get the gold, for example. Another one that I want to talk about, even though it's like a whole year away, the importance of Summit. The ticket, I believe, just went up by $50, but it's still a lot cheaper if you continue to wait. So even if you say, I don't know how the heck I can ever go, I don't know who will watch my kids, I don't know how I'll be able to afford it, I encourage you, find a way to at least buy your ticket and invest that little piece that could turn into something that could totally change your business and change your life, okay? You know, when we invest in things like our health, when we invest in things like our business, it comes back to us tenfold. And not to mention the fact that it was like the most fun girls retreat ever, and we got a photo shoot. So just saying. It's going to be in Indy again next year. So a lot of us already have a room, and, you can have a place to stay already. So make sure you make that investment in your business and into your life. So we've got the release of Lift 4 that's coming Monday. So if you haven't gotten that, it's not too late. Go ahead and get that, because you don't want to miss that train. Thank God. Hallelujah. Praise baby Jesus. 4 workouts a week. Yes. Thank you. And it's still not too late right, to invite people in to your group, because the group starts Monday, but with the on-demand, if they buy it, boom, they have access to it. And then not only that, if they've got vacations or whatever, they could always start a week late, 2 weeks late, and they'll just be on a different day. So no worries with that. Keep sharing about that opportunity. We have the Sipping with Purpose this week. It started today. So if you're not inviting to that, start inviting to that. Look at the Rise and Shine page, because I have a ton of sample invites. Just send it out. You never know whose life you're going to change. And so do not allow fear to stop you from doing the things that make you happy, and coaching makes you happy, right? So don't allow that fear to sneak in and keep you from sending that invite, because you never know who needs, well, everybody needs what you have, but you never know who's going to be like right at that right time where they need what you have. And it is a gift, you guys, a total gift. So don't sit on it. It's not fair to the world if you sit on it and have it in the box and you don't give it away. Okay, so make sure you're inviting to that, even if it's just one, even just one. I've got some recognition from June, because we always want to love on each other and highlight those important things of how we're changing people's lives. Like, it shows up, it manifests in points, but obviously behind those points are the actual people. And we're not just helping that one person, we're helping their entire family, their entire community, because as you know, when you go through this process, you become a changed person, and that change is just a ripple effect. Your energy levels up, you're more open, you're more loving, you're more kind, you're more patient most days. Yeah, so it is the points, but what's really behind the points and what really matters is those are people. So for June, and actually, Deb, I think the only thing I have from you is the visual of the best. You're muted.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't send you my Success Club leaders. I was confused. I was misunderstood.
That's okay. That's okay. So when I post this video, Devin will shout out her girls for Success Club for June. So, and I'll just shout mine out real quick. So hitting Success Club, actually hitting the Success Club, we had Courtney, who changed 3 people's lives and ended the month with 6 points. So congratulations, Courtney, and awesome job being on the call tonight, my friend. Michelle had 10 points, but she also had 6 in her husband's and 4 in her, I believe it was her sister's account. So she had 10, but technically it was 20, so she changed 10 people's lives. Tyann had 8, so she changed 4 lives. Steph had 2. That was her first month as a coach, so she changed 1 life. Lena had 4, changing 2 lives, and Kay had 2, changing 1 life. And then I changed 7 people's lives last month. And that's not counting all the people's lives we're changing just by sharing our story. So let's give a hand for that. Even if you've just been sharing your journey on social media but didn't turn into a point, you get a round of applause because that is a part of what we do and that should be celebrated. So great job, everybody. And I think that's it.
Yeah. Can I recognize Allison, right? She is on the call tonight. And did you just help your first person, Allison? Was it this month or did you help someone last month too?
She just signed on. Mitzi just signed on as a coach this month.
Yeah. Yay.
Halfway to Emerald, baby.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, so I'm not a poster, but like 25 people, I was just telling Todd, 25 people have asked me since I did that post and I sent it to them. So I'm like, well, certainly somebody's going to turn into something with that. So
Absolutely.
I'm excited.
Yes, and they will. And if they don't, they're going to keep watching you and they're going to keep being inspired by you. Just keep sharing your story, keep sharing your journey, keep sharing the love, and people will eventually come around when they need it. Like Melanie said, everybody needs what we have. They just have to be ready to receive it, I mean, it took me 6 months. I always tell people that. It took me 6 months to finally jump in.
Or 2.
Well, thank you. That's good encouragement. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then a quick shout out to Shonda. I'm sorry. I didn't get to shout you out for June, but I'm shouting you out for July, girl, because she already hit Success Club and she signed 3 coaches this week. 3. 1, 2, 3.
Shoda!
Yes, she did. Shoda did.
Shoda. Showed enough. Shoda. Congratulations, girl. All right. Well, awesome recognition. And like Melanie said, I'm going to go through, and I'm sorry, guys. I totally dropped the ball on my team. I will recognize you because we did have some life changers last month, and we have some life changers this month, and I'm really excited. There's so many amazing things happening right now. So much great momentum still from Summit, from 80-Day Obsession with the Lift 4. So one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about really quick, and I won't keep you too late, is the way that we are tracking our daily activities. And Melanie and I came up with this. You guys remember this? The tracker. Dun, dun, dun. I feel like that's what I need to do when I show it because it's kind of one of those things that we all hate. And I'm just being honest. It was like every time I pulled this thing out, I was like, oh, it's overwhelming. So we watched this amazing call from, oh my gosh, now I can't think of her name, Keisha maybe. And I reached out to her, and she has this system called the Daily Power Pockets. And her explanation, which is so brilliant, this is like, hello, it was like light bulb moment. Like, why aren't we doing this? This makes so much sense. What attracts people to our business and to our products and what we have in our community are busy people who don't have time to go to the gym, people who need a quick 30-minute workout solution. So these are people who we are all already so busy. This works in our lives. So let's come up with a way to work the business and track our businesses every single day that keeps moving them forward, that fits within our busy lives. Because what's happening is, we get overwhelmed with all the things that we know we need to be doing on a daily basis. And maybe we don't get to those things every day. We feel overwhelmed. We take a step back and we get to a point where we're like, and I'm just speaking from experience, where you're like, you know what, I'm so behind. Like, I'll just start again next week. And when you do that, you do kind of lose some momentum. And, this is a compounding business. So the people that you're talking to now are going to be the people who want to join you 3 months from now. So it's very important to keep that funnel kind of going and alive. So I'm proposing that we move towards the daily power pockets. And what this is, it's 10 minutes. So this is like 10 minutes, 10 and done. Like you do your first daily power pocket. You set your timer for 10 minutes and it breaks it all down for you. You add 10 new friends. On your phone, add your 10 new friends, put your phone down and live your life. Because everybody on this team is here because we put ourselves and our families first. The last thing we want to happen is this business to creep in to our precious time that we need to be spending with our families and the time that we need to be spending with the people who matter most to us. So let's manage it in a way that allows us to be our best in this business and our best for our families. So Power Pocket 1, add 10 new friends, put your phone down. The next time you have a minute out on your lunch break or whenever you're grabbing coffee throughout the day, pick up your phone again. Power Pocket 2, boom, connect with 5 people. Total non-beach body conversations. Comment on somebody's post, whatever. Send a message to somebody who's watching your story. Boom, 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 put your phone down. And I'm going to post this in the group because I'm not going to go through every single one, but that's kind of how it's laid out. You have 6 power pockets throughout the day, which means you're going to be investing an hour of your time every single day, but it's broken down into 6 10-minute pockets every day. And if you can't do, if you can get 3 power pockets done at one time, boom, do it. Check it off. I love this approach. I think it simplifies what we're trying to do. It's not overwhelming. I feel like this is something that we can all look at every day and not be like, dun, 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 it's overwhelming. But we can look at this and be like, you know what? I can do some of these things. Like I can knock these things out. And that builds confidence. We know that, hey, I just did 3 of these vital behaviors that I need to do every day to move my business forward. I just knocked those out in like 10 minutes. I can do this and I can help people. I can build a business and I can show my coaches how this can work into their busy lives, because we get that so much. I hear all the time, I don't have time to do what you do. How do you have the time to run another business? And, this is our solution. It's like, here, this is how we do it. And it works. So I'm really excited about it. I'm going to be updating this document in our coach training because right now we have the old tracker, the Win the Week tracker, but I'm going to be updating our coach basics training. Whoever's in that training, you'll see the new daily power pocket system. Another thing that I wanted to show you really quick is that you can do this in your phone in your notes tab. So if you go to your notes in your phone, you have an option down here. See the little check mark? You can add like a check box. And when you complete a task, you can touch it and it checks off for you. So you can basically do like Tuesday, you can see I'm a little behind on these. And you can just have all of your paths in your notes. Our phones. Is it realistic to have this printed out and like folded up and stuffed in our bra or wherever we think we're going to take it with us every day? Probably not. So having it on your phone like this is a great solution to staying on track. So yeah, that's it. I mean, we are always trying to learn. We are always trying to improve. We are always trying to, if we see something that's working for somebody else, you better believe that we're going to change what we're doing to be better. And this is something that I think everybody feels strongly about as well, especially when it came to the old tracker. So I'm excited about this. You don't have to print this out. Like I said, you can just do it on your phone and just keep track of it that way. And I just wanted to open it up to Courtney really quick. Courtney, do you want to talk for a minute? She's been using the Power Pocket system for a little while now, and she loves it. And I just wanted her to share a little bit of her experience with it. Go ahead, Courtney. You got to unmute, Courtney. Unmute.
There you go. Yes? Do you hear me? Okay. So my background is as an attorney. And even though like my most recent practice was on the plaintiff side, the bigger part of my practice was on the defense side, which is where you measure your time by every 6 minutes or by every 10 minutes. And so I don't know, I heard Kisha's call because Melanie was like, you have to listen to this now. This girl will resonate with you. Because I'd been like, I'm not a mom, I'm not this, I'm not that. But it's really true. It's if you set your timer for either 10 minutes or 25 minutes, depending on what time you have available, and you are targeted. So if you're on Instagram and you're using STEM and you see that people brought into you by STEM have liked your stories, you send them a kind of condensed like introduction, but it's a personalized introduction. If they respond, and then there's a follow-up to that if they respond, and there's a follow-up to that if they don't. And then there's an invitation, then there's inviting to the coaching opportunity, and there's inviting to the challenge groups, and I break them all down. So in 10 minutes, I will try to hit either 10 or 20 invitations to coaching to come to what used to be sipping. I used to have it sipping. Now I have it coming to my group. Well, I don't know if that's going to work. I may go back to sipping. We'll see. But to me, it makes a ton of sense because the clock is running. And so you think for 10 minutes, I am just going to do this one thing. I'm just going to follow up. I'm just going to invite. I'm just going to say hi. I'm just going to add people. I'm just going to invite people to coaching. Or I'm just going to respond. And so you get so much more productive. So even whether you're doing it part-time, which I am some days, full-time, which I am other days, you get so much more productive. And then it frees up time to do things like YouTube videos or like, branding or, more like coach training or whatever. It also frees up time to do more, 10-minute pockets. So some days I'll do 12 because I know on others I'll only do 4 or 6. So I think it's amazing. And it's an amazing way to like think about it in your head and just say, set the timer, let's go now. Don't even think about how stressful this feels. And when it's over, you're like, oh, now I can watch cat videos. So that's my story.
Love it. Thank you, Courtney. Yeah. And then, it's going to look different as the more, and Keisha explains this in her video. And guys, if you haven't watched this video, I encourage you to watch it. It's posted in the Rise and Shine page. She says that this looks different as you get to, as your business grows. Obviously, this works great for new coaches, people who are starting to build their business at like an emerald or diamond level. But obviously, when you get to, higher levels within the company, you're going to need to invest probably a little bit more time on maybe some different type activities every single day. But I think that this is just a realistic plan that works for everybody. The busy professional can plug this into their day and make it work and build something substantial for their families and help people and not feel overwhelmed and feel like they can't do this, because everybody can do this. It's just managing your time, being disciplined, and using this system. And I think it's going to change hopefully it's going to change the way we all operate on a daily basis. And if you haven't noticed as well, like we're doing these 10-minute hop on, sometimes they're random. Sometimes we'll post in the group, hey, we're going to do a power pocket in 10 minutes, hop on if you can. I know some of you have done those this week already. And we're going to continue to do that. So if it works for you, hop on. There's no better way to just, capitalize from everybody else's energy, get some ideas, and just knock some things out together. I loved when we do that. So we're going to keep doing that, and we're going to use this. So does anybody have any questions?
I was just going to add to that. there's this thing called the Maharishi effect. And so they had these monks go over, I think it was in India somewhere. Do you know what I'm talking about, Courtney? I know you know what I'm talking about, girl. So all these monks went to this crime-ridden city and they just meditated, but they all meditated at the same time. So there's something to be said of like when you combine your energy together and you're all like putting that out. And that's why I always like at the beginning of the Power Pocket, I'm holding space. So we call it like in yoga, Reiki world. We're holding space for those people who need us, and I send that out. And so then when we're all together collectively and we're sending out that energy of service, of light, of love, of, hey, this is a gift, and I'm going to connect with that person who needs to receive it. And I know it sounds woo, and I know it sounds crazy, but it's a for real thing. They studied the crime, and then after they've been there for like a month or so, and I'm probably messing up the stats, but the crime rate dropped because all of that positive energy was going out into that space, and it affected people in a positive way.
Mommy,
Don't do that.
I poop.
Lovely.
So
there's
And
something
just like-
out of that when we get together and we do that. It makes it like, it amplifies it. 7 people get together and meditate at the same time. It's the same energy as if 100 people are individually doing it like at random times. Same.
Does anybody else have any questions? Does anybody have anything they want to add?
I mean, I guess the only thing I would say is that while, hold on.
Unmute, Courtney.
Okay, there we go. So the only thing I would say is while the Power Pockets are random, if for some reason you have that 10 minutes, like do it, because I was kind of skeptical about it. And then this week I had the 10 minutes and jumped on, and Melanie is playing this like awesome, amazing music and is like giving off this amazing energy. And I like rocked out, you know, coach invites and follow-ups. And I just, and there were only 4 of us on it, but it felt really like, even if none of that resulted in anything, it's a great like energy boost towards the rest of your day and the rest of your business. So, but that's Melanie.
It's like a mini summit. That's what I said.
Yes!
Week. It's like a mini summit. It was like us getting together, and I felt like crying because I was like, oh my gosh, it's like we're back together again. Oh, I go, everybody needs to feel this. Why doesn't everybody do this? Everybody needs to feel this. So hugs to everybody. I miss you all. I love you all. I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I'm sorry you're at work, Mary. I love you.
Mary's like, I'm a parent.
Mary, you're muted. You're muted.
Can you hear me now? Oh. Hi.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna let you guys get to bed. I know some of you have 5 a.m. workouts, so we're not gonna keep you much longer. But you know, let's try to really put this Power Pocket system into place and share it with your coaches. If you have coaches that maybe just started on their journeys, this is a great way to help them kind of understand what they need to do on a daily basis. And also, I was talking to someone this week, I can't remember, but when you're doing this, you really need to have a system for keeping track of the people that you're talking to. So whether it's writing it old school on a piece of paper and a notebook, if that's your jam, do that. If it's using Streak, we have a training on how to manage your contacts and move them through a pipeline through Streak, which is an amazing, amazing tool. But try to, get that list and keep that list organized and in a way that when you go to do your Power Pocket, you know who you're going to talk to. You know what I mean? You already know, instead of fumbling around and trying to figure out who do I need to reach out to today? Like, you have a clear goal and a vision of who you need to talk to in that pocket. So, but
I
anyway.
got a message from a friend that I've been asking for a year, and she messaged me today after I sent her a message, and then she saw my transformation picture, and then she just messaged me today, I'm ready. I need to do this.
Ah,
And she said her sister wants to do it too.
Mary, that's awesome. See that your transformation, your story is powerful. And let's not forget that. I think we share our transformations and then we think that everybody sees them and we don't share them again for like 2 or 3 more months. Like I always like share those babies every single week because you never know who's going to look at them. And it's something to be proud of. That's inspirational.
Yeah.
Good job, Mary. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yay.
Yeah, when I was on that Power Pocket with you, I didn't understand what it was about.
It's okay.
I didn't know. So
it's okay.
But I did it afterwards, after we
Good.
got off.
Good. And now you have.
And then the girl sent me a message today. So.
Yay. See, I know. It's just finding the time to make it a priority. We all struggle with it. I'm not perfect. I know no one on this call has it all together. Just know that. We're not completing every task every single day and getting a star and an A+. This is a business that is flexible, and that's why we do it, because we know that it can fit into our lives, in our busy, crazy lives, how we need it to fit into our lives in the season of our lives. So do what you can every single day, but just do something so that you know and you feel confident that you are still doing something for your business every single day. So. All right.
I had sold a challenge pack on the 30th of June. Did that not go through for June?
I think you had 4. You helped 2 people in June. I think. I'll have to go back and look.
Yeah, I have to go look. Yeah. I didn't think that I thought only 1 went in. I gotta look.
I think you helped 2. You helped 2 people. You had 4 Success Club points.
Okay.
Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right, guys. Have a great night. Melanie, do you want to say anything else? Do you want to close it out?
Just that I love and appreciate and I value. I see you. I hear you. I honor you. And I'm so grateful for each and every one of you to share this journey because it's amazing. And I feel really, really blessed. So thank you.
Love you.
Love you. Have a good night, you guys.
You too.
Bye.